What do we got here? There we go. Good morning, everybody. It is 7:49 a.m. Thursday, December 21st, 2023, and I'm driving to walk to work. Does that make sense? I'm driving to where I'm going to walk. It's a misty, moisty morning. It's gray and overcast. It's slightly sprinkling. It's misting, and it is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So there you go. These are the that's the update. And now we're gonna drive. You were right turn. Oh,
could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you, little watch lady. I'm driving through the Cherrywood neighborhood right now. I love driving through beautiful old neighborhoods, and luckily my commute is such that I don't live far from work, so I can choose one of my many routes to walk to work to get my exercise. That's how I do my exercise. I don't go to the gym or anything, and I can't pay attention to the screen or the comments right now because I am driving. So we'll just drive where it's going to take me like less than 10 minutes to get to where we'll park, and then we'll walk. And I have to be at work in an hour and 10 minutes, so that'll give us some time to hang out. And then after that, after work today, I'll get off. I took the evening shift off because my in-laws are coming today. We got to pick them up at the airport. We're having Christmas at our house for the first time, and I can't remember. I think the last time we might have done it was 2014, nearly 10 years ago. We always go to someone else's house. We go to Pennsylvania, we go to my mom's house, we go to my dad's house. My dad's house, not as much. Dad, if you're watching, you need to move down closer. 3.5 hours is a long way for those kids to ride. That's just my excuse. I'm a bad son. I've got my coffee in my mug that I made. If you recognize what this mug is, this is a fictional company mug from a television show that I absolutely loved in the mid-2000s. Well, mid-2000s? 2000 early-ish. Anyway. Oh, goodness. So last night, I went with my youngest and our friends, our neighbors down the street. We went to this new brew pub near us. And I'm not a big brewery guy. I'm not a big beer drinking guy. You know, and there's a million brew pubs, breweries. And, you know, they all their super hoppy IPAs and yada, yada, yada. Oh, I've timed it perfectly. The intersection, I'm going underneath I-35, which is a highway. Intracontinental highway, I believe. Anyway, that's where I am right now. And I catch that light just right, I can zoop around and don't have to wait for traffic. Okay. What the heck was I saying? See, I do this. I've gotten worse and worse. If I am just rambling, I lose the thread. I don't know if that's... Oh, yes, last night. So we went to this brew pub, and they were showing Home Alone on a big screen outside, and there's kids roaming around, and it's very family-friendly, and I think that's why I liked it. It wasn't like a typical type brewery where you go in and there's all these dudes in their mid-30s with their giant beer bellies and their huge beards, and they're drinking these giant... I mean, there were a few of those in there. Don't get me wrong. You know the type. But you know what? That's fine with me. I can poke fun every now and then. You have to be able to poke fun at life, or else, boy, life gets tough, man. You got to be able to laugh at stuff. Not at the expense of others, mind you. Got to keep it on. That's I-35. That's the upper deck of I-35. Pretty soon, in the next 10 years, that will be gone. It's been there since the 60s. It's a major headache here in Austin. It's a raised highway. It's the only section of double raised highway here, and it just doesn't work. It was designed when this town was a small college town in the 60s and early 70s, and boy, is it not that anymore. So it's kind of like, you know what it's like? It's like somebody designed this suit of clothing for a 10-year-old kid, and now that 10-year-old is a 40-year-old who enjoys his IPAs. I don't know why I'm picking on... I don't mean to pick on beer drinkers, come on. It's just a certain type that's a little bit like, really? But then I'm sure people can pick on me about plenty. Anyway, it is misting a little bit more, but I do have my, like I said, you're in my cowboy hat right now. This is not a high dollar operation, folks. I don't have camera rig set up. I just got my phone propped in the best place I can find. And right now it's my hat. You'll see the hat in a minute, don't worry, I'll wear it. Get over safely. Drivers. So if you are a driver, or if you're going to become a driver, if you're a young person, or maybe you just, I don't know. The main bit of advice I can give you as a driver is, first of all, of course, worry about yourself and your speed and paying attention. Stay focused, pay attention. But you have to pay attention to everybody else. That's even more important, because you can tell, man, you can start to read people. When you can, like, you come up to Lex, that guy's gonna pull out in front of me. He pulled out in front, I knew it. So if you can get that sort of insight, that will save you so many headaches, car wrecks, jackpots. You don't want to get in a jackpot. You ever heard that term, man? I don't want to get no jackpot. You're already in a jackpot. I'm trying to get you out. All right, here's my favorite little parking spot. So this is right on, this spot's always open now. It's crazy. It never used to be. You used to have to fight, but crazy how things change, you know? The more things change, the more they stay the same. Okay, so here we are. Let's turn off the car. Light to come on. So this, if you want to follow on Google Maps. Hey, who's here? Let me look real quick. Hi, everybody. Let me scroll through just a minute. Pick you up here, because we're going to get ready to go mobile. All right. You hear the rain? Let's do this. There you go. So, there we go. We got Caden, Bobby Mercer, Phil number 1. Everyone's turning into Phil number 1. It's kind of a cool, Phil Hazelton and the other Phil, whose name eludes me at the moment, the Phils. Phil, if you're there, let me know. Remind me. Because like I said, I got old man brain now. And that's my excuse. I spilled a little bit of coffee on my hat, but that's okay. This is my beater I've had for a while. Okay. Everybody now is the Phil. The first commenters are the Phil. Phil first. First Phil on the first Phil. Phil number 1. I think it should be first Phil. Everyone is just first Phil. Okay. So then we got, Yuze Peltoniemi. Hello. I've never seen that first name before. Juuosa. I thought it was SES. I need my reading glasses. Oh my God. You want to see what I look like in my reading glasses? All right, hold on. Liebe Groß aus Deutschland. Hey, thank you very much. Love you too. Much love from, I knew what that meant. Much love from Texas. I think that's what that meant. Oh, hold on. Let me get my Dollar General, my Dollar General reading glasses. I got these at the Dollar General. I think they cost $7. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ooh, that's much better. Hey, you got to be honest with yourself. It's okay. Accept your limitations. Accept to work within them. All right. Phil Collins, number 1. Bobby Mercer. And we got Elo Cartool, Nathaniel Blodgett. My dad lives up in the Dallas area. Scott Martin, Todd Carnifax, God in Speed, Merry Christmas, Elo again, and Joseph Prince, Clintoff, down in Australia. Merry Christmas down there in Australia. So there we go. So I'm glad you're all here. We got 21 folks with us, I think. Yeah, still going. Now, like I said, it's kind of wet and messy out here, so I'm going to do my best. It's not going to be pretty necessarily. My first shave ed experience is unsuccessful. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yes, my tip, don't use shavettes. No, really don't. That's those things are more trouble than they're worth, because I feel like they're too light. I feel like you don't have enough heft or control. They kind of like would skitter across your face. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. But that's, I just go with the safety razor if I were you. Since we have an hour, I'm just going to sit here for a minute and finish my coffee. I was talking to someone recently about how and I know this is kind of a generalization, but we personalize certain things, like that my thing, and coffee is one of those, like, oh, I gotta have my coffee. Oh, hold on, I gotta have my coffee first. It's like, do we really say, I gotta have my Coke first? I gotta have, well, you say I gotta have my glass of wine first, but you know what I mean? There's something kind of universally warm and comforting and gentle about your cup of coffee. It has to be the way you like it, you know? There's nothing worse than you can't make your coffee the way you like it because you're just like, something's not quite right. So I gotta have my coffee and I gotta watch my stories. All right. Ontario, Canada. Hi, Dane. How you doing up there? Zarar Ahmed, good to see you. Uncle Rhino. Is that like Rhino Records? Almost looks like that logo. Let's see. Do. Caden, you still out there? You're going to have to be the moderator. Not that we really need moderators. There you are. Good morning. We don't really need moderators because the people that come on my channel don't need moderation. They're pretty solid, which I feel very fortunate to have because I know how it could be. It's really raining. I might have to get my umbrella out. I mean, I've got this raincoat on and I got this hat because I didn't want to have to wear it because I wanted to have, I didn't want it to hold two things in my hand, but I might have to. Hold on, let me see what the weather says. Let's check the weather together, shall we? Let's do this. Boop. Weather together on the 8th. 59 degrees. 100% chance of rain right now and then 0% in an hour. So yeah, it's raining, as you can hear. Oh, thank you, Caden. Always a pleasure. Daniel Smith. Daniel Pinnell. Good morning from a guy who lived in Austin 60 years ago. Man, I tell you, you would not recognize the place. Austin doesn't recognize itself. It's very strange. Yes, the open road, Francisco. Stetson doesn't... Stetson... Okay, okay, here's my goal. Now that you say that, because I didn't realize that, here's my goal. 2 things I'm going to bring to Europe. I'm going to have a European tour. I'm going to be selling Stetsons and Barbasol. That's it. It's the American tour, the Sinatra Linen Barbasol, sponsored by Barbasol and Stetson. We're going to spread the love. We're going to spread the love. That's all we're going to do. Just going to spread the love of barbecue and shaving and hats and looking cool and being different. Can you imagine you walk around, like, if I walked around in Salzburg in this thing, I'd be the king of Salzburg. All right, they'd be like, "Who's that idiot?" Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, shavette felt really light. Yeah, knowing there was exposed razor blade. Exactly. Toss it in the garbage. You don't need to try it anymore unless, like, that's your only shaving for a while, and then go ahead and use it. But at your next available chance, get a safety razor. Okay. Cool watch. Yeah, it's the Apple Watch. Good morning, Sinatra. Leonard, good to see you. JC Shaves is here, folks. Having a good Christmas time. You're checking my weather. That's right. I was checking my weather. It's your weather too. It's all of our weather. 32 degrees in Maine. I know, man. It's going to be so warmish here for the next few days. It's going to be, and for me, that annoys me. But as long as it's kind of rainy like this, that's okay because that'll replace the Christmas spirit that usually cold weather gives me. Now, if it was hot and sunny and muggy like it's going to be, I'd be really annoyed because that would remind me of all my childhood Christmases in Houston where it was like that, which is what makes me go, ah. But 32, I checked the weather in Montpelier this morning. Beautiful weather. Cold, but not crazy cold. Not yet, at least. Cheers from on the road here in Macon, Georgia. I've never, have I been to Georgia? I don't believe I think I've been in the Atlanta airport, but I've never been to Georgia proper. So cheers to Georgia and to Macon in particular. Oh, what is my advice for dealing with stressful people at work? Caden, that is a huge unanswered question, unfortunately. It depends on how close you are to them and your ability to distance yourself when you need to without looking like you are. You know what I mean? Like going and working in a different part when you can of the building or wherever. But if you're like on top of each other and maybe you're working in a restaurant where you just can't get away, then I'm afraid there is no general band-aid for that. It's case by case basis, and a lot of it has to be inside of you and here, how you react to how they are, because I guarantee they ain't gonna stop being annoying and stressful. Zippy42, thank you. Nice hat. Z1PPY42. Man, I don't know. You know what? I was going to see, maybe it's just because I'm under a tree, and you know how the raindrops will get fatter and coalesce, if you will, coagulate into bigger drops, so it's making it sound like it's raining heavier. Hold on a second. I'm just going to step out from under the tree. There goes a jogger. Well, I'm going to walk. I'm getting my exercise. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Oh. I was right. It's just that I'm under the tree. Here's proof that I'm under the tree. Look at that. Isn't that like a nice, iconic leaf shape? What kind of tree is this? Is that maple? Anyone? Any arborists out there? That's just a classic leaf shape, you know? It's almost like the Canadian. It's not, I know. Yeah, so it's not raining too much. So I think we can do it without the umbrella. It's just that the rain is coalescing, coagulating. It's good. It's glom. What's the word? What's a good word for that? Maple. Oh, thank you, Nathaniel. I knew it. I was right. What car do I have? I have a Honda CR-V, a 2019 Honda CR-V. Yeah, good solid car, but it's still all dented up from the hailstorm. They are waiting for the roof. This has to all be replaced. The hood has to all be replaced, and it won't be done until like the end of January. So might be worth putting some sort of a carport covering just to avoid this sort of headache. Oh my God. Anyway, see snow up north, just a tad. I like it. All right, that's enough. Let's get. All right, ramblers. Let's get rambling. Let me see if I have a. I'm gonna have a little cough drop, just because there was one in there from when I was sick last week, and I kind of like them. It's a Hall's mentholated cough drop. Of course, it's mentholated. Everything I consume or apply to my body is mentholated. Mentholated pizza? No. All right, get out of here. Ooh, I see your trouble. Oh, that maple was from my house. That's what it was. I'm underneath a live oak tree. That's a live oak tree. You see how it's still got all its green leaves? That's why they call it a live oak, because it never loses its leaves in the winter. All the other trees around here eventually, like that one over there, which has changed. So this is where I park. This is one of the places I park. So the University of Texas campus is right there. That's east. That's north. That's west. We're heading kind of southish. So these apartments, I don't even know what they're called. Oh, so if you want to follow along on the map, or yeah, I said that earlier. The Eastwood. There you go. So we're going to cross this street here. Like I said, this ain't going to be pretty. Better hurry up, there's a car coming. There we go. Okay. Safe and sound. Yeah, that was coffee, Walter. You have a Honda HR-V, which I go to, the H stands for half. What is an HR-V? Wait a minute, is that a real thing? Is that a smaller one? All right, see you, Elo. Have a good day, buddy. As someone from Europe who never had a cup of filter coffee, how does it taste compared to espresso or Turkish coffee? Is it stronger or... Well, it depends on how much you use. Like, you can make it super strong. I don't... Maybe the mouthfeel might be different. I don't know. I'm not much of a coffee connoisseur guy. I'll drink it from a crappy gas station. So, I don't know. Turkish coffee I know is extremely strong from what I understand. But it's not too far off. It's probably just a little more watery than you would be used to. Halls needs to sponsor. Yeah, there we go. Barbasol. The Sinatra Spreading the Love Tour. That sounds a little weird. You know how Oprah has her favorite things? Sinatra Lennon's favorite thing. Stetson hats, Barbasol, and Hall's Mentholyptus cough drops. for you. Oh, gotcha, small one. All right, let's flip the camera around so you can see what I'm looking at. Oops. That is, see that big dome, that inflated looking thing? That's where the University of Texas football players practice in bad weather or when they want to do their secret plays.
Wait to cross Inky and Red River.
Hear that? There's a little sticker that I've been looking at since 2018. When I first found it, it was bright, shiny, and new, and now it's, yeah. So here we are at Dean Keaton. Now we can get the cross. Dean Keaton and Red River. It is a messy looking morning. Somebody's fleece blanket. Hopefully there's nothing inside that fleece blanket. I don't see anything moving. Okay. Things like that make me nervous, you know, you never know. You never know. All right, we're gonna cross the parking lot here. This is the parking lot of the LBJ Presidential Library. Tip of the cap to LBJ. Tip of the LBJ hat. Woo! And yeah, there's the, that's the LBJ Presidential Library right there, that big structure. So this is one of my normal routine walks. This one is the shorter one. If I'm just not in the mood for a big, long, crazy walk. But since school's out for Christmas, there shouldn't be really anybody on campus at all. What is that stuff? Oh, construction junk over there in the corner. That stuff right there. Some weird construction stuff. Can you save this live later on? I think it just stays in there. It stays in the live. I think it's always there, so, you know, you can always go back and revisit it. I assume, right? I think I know. I'm just not one of those guys. I do YouTube videos, but I'm not a YouTube guy. You know what I mean? Beautiful part of campus. Lots of live oak trees. Lots of dense. Lots of beautiful little walkways. So this is the Thompson Conference Center. Is that backwards for you guys? Bass Lecture Hall. I don't think that this building will be open. Most of the buildings, well, during school, are you still fasting? Yeah, I just do, well, right now, not really. But I have kept very strict as I can, to not eat until 11 a.m. every day. But especially during the holidays, and because I've reached a goal weight that I just maintain now, I just maintain. So it's not really super strict. But yes, I do keep to the 11 a.m. thing, just because that feels like I still have control. Oh, it is open, good. All right, so this is one of my favorite little buildings. This is the LBJ School of Public Affairs. And look at the classes. I love these pictures. So here's the class of 1978. Look at that. Look at these guys and gals. Hey, she's cute. Oh, what's going on, everybody? And then you got the class of 79. Let's see what they look like. Let's go ahead a few years. Class of 1985. For some reason, it went to black and white in 1985. Yep, that looks more... That's a 1985 shirt right there if I ever saw one. Ooh, class of 1988 went with weird Polaroids. Okay. And then class of 2021. Yep, modern looking. Anyway, so this is the LBJ School of Public Affairs. It's a beautiful building. Smells good in here. Just smells clean. And there's this long, beautiful hallway that I enjoy walking down, and especially in the summertime. Come in here and it's beautifully air conditioned. And it smells nice because it's kind of an old building. It was built in the early 70s when the library was being built for President Johnson. So, yeah. I've seen, there's pictures of this place. Oh, you see me on Joe Rogan. If I see, we're actually going to have dinner tonight at Elon Musk's favorite Mexican restaurant here in Austin. And if I see him, I'm gonna have to talk to him. I feel like he's losing the thread. So if I see Joe Rogan, I'll ask him to come on and we'll talk about some things. Cause yeah, I could probably set him straight, just a little bit, just nudge him back on course, since they both live here. There we go. LBJ School of Public Affairs. Let me turn this around so you can see. So here's a nice little atrium area. I love this because there's just glass, wall-to-wall glass walls. I mean, floor-ceiling glass walls. See? It's all gray and bluish looking out there. And there's the man himself, President Lyndon Baines Johnson. We share the same birth day, different year, of course. Walk and shave. Use the puddles as a mirror. It's so poetic. That's very poetic. I greet you as the shapers of American society. Oh, there's a great one. This is a fantastic, I love this quote from Barbara Jordan. If you don't know who Barbara Jordan is, look her up. Here she is. Got a couple of statues. Okay. I think this is very smart. If the society today allows wrongs to go unchallenged, the impression is created that those wrongs have the approval of the majority. Barbara Jordan, you were extremely smart and had foresight. But really, it's just kind of human nature, isn't it? Ain't nothing new under the sun, but people act like it is because they didn't study it. People are constantly surprised by things. And if they'd study, they wouldn't be so surprised. These things have a cyclical nature. Here we are. Okay, so this is the giant LBJ, the Lyndon Baines Johnson Library and Museum. So if you go in there, you can take tours. You can learn about the life and times of President Johnson, all the way from his birth in the early 1900s to his death in 1973. Oh, it's really raining out, man. God, jeez. Oh, shucks. I might have to hang out under here for a minute because it's, as the British say, it's pissing rain. Is that what you say? I'm flipping around here. So here's the entrance. I don't know if it's open. Oh, yeah, it's open today. Opens at 9, so a little less than an hour. Oh, there I am. Closed Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day. Okay, so yeah. So there's the man himself in sculptural form. There's the UT campus. There's the UT football stadium. The UT Longhorns are doing very well this year. They're going for their national championship against somebody coming up soon. I'm not sure. Well, how you doing, Lyndon? Good morning. How you doing there, buddy? Yeah. Uh-huh. Gotcha. Let's see how tall he was compared to me. Here, I'm gonna stand right next to him. Put my arm around. This is how tall he was? Yeah, so anyway, what do you think? I think you might need to come back and have a little talk with some of the people in government, because you know, for as controversial as you were, pretty clever getting stuff done, knowing how to make the things work. Yeah, pissing down rain. Thank you, Ian. It's pissing down rain now. It is. All right. Yeah, it is pissing down rain. So, since I have 42 minutes, and it won't take me 42 minutes to get to work, let's just sit here for a second. Look at this. This is what happens. You see this? I know it's hot, but please don't water me with your water bottles, sodas, juices, or other liquids. Poor plant. People must just come. In order for them to have had to put that there, it must have had to have happened a bunch of times. What's the capacity of that stadium? I don't know. You could Google it real quick. I can't because I'm just sitting. Oh, look at that. How about that? Crossing my leg in front of that statue reminds me of the poster of The Graduate. You know what I'm talking about? Are you trying to sit? If you don't know what that reference to, then that will not make any sense. All right. Well, let me look at the radar here. Hold on. Is there a radar on the watch? I don't even know. Precipitation. Yeah. Dang it. Well, 90% chance of rain. Rain right now. Oh, shoot. Check it out. I love little animations. See how it's raining on there? You see the rain coming down? We're living in the future. This is a crazy cool watch. These are Star Trek things that we have now. So anyway, we're going for 30 minutes. I got 40 minutes to get to work. Is it lightening up at all? Not really. I might just have to bite the bullet. What do you think? Should I bite the bullet? Well, the worst thing that'll happen is these cruddy shoes get wet and these pants get wet. I can always dry them off. I've got the hat on. Dang it, I forgot my... Because I was chatting with y'all, I forgot my little badge. I'll have to alert my coworker to come let me in when I get there. No big deal. I'm not gonna walk back because it's raining. Or maybe I should walk back. Maybe I shouldn't walk to work. Maybe I should walk back to my car and we drive to work. What do you think? Let me step out in the rain again and see how badly it's raining. Yeah. Just walk. What the heck? Thank you, Joseph. Joseph Prince. So we're gonna walk down here. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So like I said, there's the LBJ Library. That's the building we were just in over there. And now we're gonna walk down this long staircase. Now there's some cool shots of when this place opened. LBJ and Nixon, President Nixon, were standing right here. It was like, whoa, Nixon was here? Crazy, man, crazy. My mom actually ran into Richard Nixon in, I believe it was Indonesia, when she was overseas with my stepdad. She was in a market somewhere and she saw a commotion, like a bunch of people. And they started getting closer and closer. It was Richard Nixon and like an entourage of people. And he stopped and talked to my mom. I mean, he's one of those people, yeah, he wasn't no damn good, but he was such a historic figure that it's like one of those people you would never actually expect to see in real life. Oh no, they just exist in a book somewhere, in history somewhere. Look at this ramp. Yeah, baby. I always thought we'd have flying cars by now, but judging how people drive, yeah, exactly, JC. That ain't no joke. You don't want flying cars. You don't even want driving cars, really. Isn't this beautiful, these live oak trees? Big suckers. And for what I understand from certain people, see how there's three together here? Those might all be one organism, like connected underground. Like these aren't three separate trees, they're all one. That could very well be, since they're so close, they could share a root system. I learned that years ago. I was like, what? This could be a giant thing? I mean, look at all these. This is really a beautiful campus. I'm wondering if I could get through my old art building where I spent so many wasted hours. Ugh. You know, I went to college, I graduated, I got a BFA in studio art. I thought I was gonna be a graphic designer, and I was a graphic designer for many years. And did illustrations from time to time, yada, yada, yada. But I feel like I learned vast amounts more outside of college than I did in. And I don't know if that's because of the time that I went to college, because technology was not there, that is now there now and is prevalent. So it's like I didn't have the training. It was weird, but I think it was valuable, very valuable for me in my growth as a person, socially, to get out, go to a different city, meet new people, learn what it's like, as you were asking earlier, Caden, how to deal with people, how to deal with stressful people, how to deal with mean people, nice people, drunk people, I don't know. These are all valuable skills you learn just living and experiencing, you know? Oh, it's really... Jeez. I'm coming up to a building, look. This is the Bass Concert Hall. Oh, God. It's really starting to... Hold on. Shucks. Good thing this phone is waterproof now. Oh, God dang. Ish. So this is the best concert hall. Huge, Broadway shows get put on here. I saw Bob Dylan here. Back in the 90s, I saw Jay Leno perform here for some reason. It was like 1988, 89 that I saw that here. And what do we got coming up? We got Frozen, Girl from the North Country, speaking of Bob Dylan, Wicked, and Beetlejuice. So that's what we got coming up at the Bass Concert Hall. Now, I don't know if this is going to be open or not. This is the art building, the art library, I should say. Is it going to open? Ah, it opened, thank goodness. Ugh. This is the art library. This is where. So the art building, the art building's across the street from here. And when I would be stuck in a 4-hour-long art, like life drawing class where you're, studying the nude figure and drawing it, it's like there's only so much you can get out of that. So I would sneak away. I would sneak over here to this library because they have some great Beatles books up there. And so I just poured over these when I was getting into the Beatles back in the late 80s, when I was in college. And this was my refuge from those terribly boring, waste of time art classes. Oh, no, the water's coming. You see that? Making a bit of a puddle. I'm making a bit of a puddle. Here's the hallway. I walked down many, many, many times. The Fine Arts Library and Administration Building, 1976. It's an ugly, kind of like brutalist architecture. It's too heavy, but that was kind of the thing back then. But it's strange. It never struck me right as an art building. I mean, does this look like this would inspire anything except we like metal plaques to celebrate ourselves? Look at this. What are these? Endowed faculty positions. Aren't I something? It's weird. These have been here for the past 40 some odd years. It's crazy. Anyway, okay. Please tell me it's not raining as much. Okay, it's not raining as much as it was just a second ago, but it's still, got some construction going on over here. There's a stadium still. There's a little creek. Isn't that nice? Isn't that pretty? Don't that pretty? All right. Let's go across the bridge. Yeah, it's not raining as much, thank goodness. Whew. It's kind of peaceful though. So we're gonna walk up through East Campus and then to where I work, which is not far from there. We got 34 people watching, is that right? Am I frozen at all? Is it working? What am I gonna do? I wonder if I can get in the art building. This is where I went to college. This is the art building straight ahead. This building was built in 1961, but it just doesn't have any of that mid-century modern charm. It's just big boxes, rectangles. Yeah, I did shake off my head in the art library there. You used to be able to go in this door, but I think you can't anymore. Oh, I just stepped in a river. Look at that. Hey, let's go tubing. Hey, Japanese male. Joseph Prince and Japanese male. Oh, I'm glad you like my videos. Exit only. Let's see if we can enter only. Dagnabbit. All right. Never hurts to try. Never hurts to try, folks. Okay, well, it's not. You hear that bird? I believe that's a mockingbird. No. Not sure what that is. Beautiful. Whoa, step. I thought that was a slope. It was a step. You almost saw me take a tumble there, folks. Oh, goodness. Yeah, my coworkers are going to be like, what is your problem? Why are you soaking wet, you moron? And I'll just shake my head. Smile. I was just smiling. So I've been putting together my Clark Griswold clothing ensemble for Christmas. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. But since we're having Christmas at home for the first time in forever, as I said earlier, hosting grandparents and everything, I figured I always liked the way Clark Griswold looked. And I got what drip? OG drip. I kind of know what that means because I have sons that are of that age. So yes, I always thought that, in Christmas Vacation, when he's wearing like that tie and the cardigan, it just looks so 80s comfortable dad, right? So I got a cardigan. I already had a cardigan. I actually bought a replica of the tie that he wears in that movie. It was just on Amazon. And so yeah, little dress shirt, blue dress shirt, that tie, the cardigan. Last year I bought a flannel shirt called the Griswold by this, it's by a famous, Dixon is the flannel shirt maker. I guess they're a famous flannel shirt maker, really good quality, and I found one on eBay for cheap. And it's the actual Clark Griswold shirt. You gotta see this. I love this section of campus. Well, first of all, there's the stadium still. That's where we just came from. We walked all the way from up there. My car is back that way. And now we're getting into the heart of the campus. But look, the cypress trees are turning orange with that rain. So this is one of the most beautiful sections of campus. I'm gonna go over here because this part by the Alumni Center is gorgeous. Thank you, Caden. Well, I hope I can keep it together better than Clark Griswold does, but like his dad said, I'm for whatever gets you through it, whether it's a prayer or a bottle of Jack Daniels or something. Oh, look at this. Come on. Are you kidding me? This is beautiful. Heck yeah, Daniel. Cardigans are the old man way to go. Women love them. They love that dad vibe. They really do. Like your coworkers, female coworkers, be like, I like that cardigan. It's like, oh, really? Yes. Like gives off that old man, comfortable dad vibe, which is not great if you're a single young man, but if you're not, then hey, yeah, I'll take comfortable old man vibe. Sure, what the heck. Merry Christmas from Tampa. Oh, no, it's not exactly a Tom Landry hat, although Tom Landry is buried here in Austin. He is buried, and his tombstone does have his signature hat on it, his fedora. Isn't that beautiful there? So there's the UT Tower. Merry Christmas, Mickey Eng, or Mike Eng. Hey, what's going on, ACF Nugget? Long time no see. All right. So that is the Drama Building, another ugly, brutalist of its time. Well, that one, and the other one. These are supposed to be the creativity-inspiring buildings, and this is what they gave us. That's why I didn't become a successful artist. It's the bricks. It's the bricks that did it. It's me. It's not the bricks. It's not the building. Quit making excuses. Quit making excuses. Admit when you're wrong. Admit it. It will free you. I guarantee you. I cannot tell you. First of all, try not to make those mistakes. But if you do, own up to them. You will feel so good and people will admire you for being honest. For once. See, Joseph, you said, I'm a dad and I proudly wear my cardigans, even though you're only 25. There you go. Heck yeah, man. Okay, let's walk up here. Flip it around. We still got 28 minutes. That's plenty of time, but I'll have to call my coworker. Now, I love this little staircase here. So over the years, obviously, this is soft limestone, which is underneath all of this part of Texas, because this used to be a shallow ocean here. This is like a seashore. So all the limestone was deposited, and they used it, obviously, as building materials. And it's easy enough to carve into. So we got a little Martha and Bill here. Back in 1971. I hope they're still together. I doubt it. And we got DW. Who else we got? Jeremy B. Here we go. Ken and Cindy, March of '88. And Greg and Irma. Old Irma. Oh, look at this one. This one's, look at the time he took. Look, as somebody said, art. John B. loves Elaine, September 11th, 1970. I was only a few days old when he carved this. I was like a week old. Wow. Need a rum. I love that stuff. I don't know why. Randy and Doris and Cowboy and Indian. Same day. You think they were related with... They must have been. Isn't that funny? What are the stories? What are the stories? I don't know why those things interest me. Winter Wonderland in Texas. Chucking it down with rain. Yeah, exactly. And it's warmish. Look at this beautiful. This is East Campus. There goes one of our little squirrels. Let's see if we can get him over here. If you make that noise, they think you have food. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's like, nah, I'm out of here, dude. The rain is not good for my fur. There's the geology building. Here's the lecture hall. I don't know what they're doing there. Just anything. Catch-all lecture hall. Big, fairly new building. The new buildings they built are beautiful, soaring, lots of glass, lots of open space. Unlike those things back there with the brick prisons. The prison of the artistic mind. I'm just kidding. Am I a professor? No. I just live near the campus. I went to this campus. I went to this university back in the 80s and early 90s. And I work right next to campus, but not on campus. Oh, here's Martin Luther King Jr. statue. Here he is. This is a beautiful. Let me turn around here. There he is. This is a great statue. I love this one. I have a dream. That's right. It's a good one. I like this one. And then his widow. All right. I'm a professor of shaving, right? Oh, no. James, too, said horns down. Oh, no. Now we're going to lose because he said horns down. Dang it. Oh, saw varsity's horns off. Those things don't work, you know. But it is funny to hear. I'm not that big of a fan anyway. Yeah, I went to the school, but I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool Longhorn guy. I just don't follow any sports that closely except the Astros. Oh, no. The Astros. Those cheaters. Terrible. All right, so here's some other old buildings. Dr. Sinatra. How's work been? Any fun versus... Oh, I don't have projects. I'm a voiceover guy, so I just do the exact same thing every day. I talk into a microphone and look at lottery balls bouncing around, and I have to make sure I say the numbers right. You can't make the numbers right. It's crazy. Oh, man, I tell you. Sometimes I don't know. All right, here we go. Here's the UT Tower again. Oh, I got to show you. Do I have time? Yeah, I got time. So this here is a really old building. Well, you know, when I talk about age in the United States and in Texas, the 1920s is a long time ago. Oh, here's another squirrel. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Where you going? Come here. Dang it. I didn't have any food for him. Anyway, so yes, Europe, everything's 1,000 years old. Here, the 1920s was so long ago. So anyway, this building was built, what does it say? It's called Wagner Hall. And this is, if you had to use a building that was typical college classroom from the olden days, this is the building that has them all, Wagner Hall. 1931. So even older. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, look. Tony Stark. So let's go into Wagner Hall. Finally getting a safety razor on Christmas. Oh, what are you going to get, Ruben? What kind, you know? Bobby, Phil Collins. Philly. Being formerly from Dallas, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad they won too. Congratulations, they deserve it. Believe me. Look at these. I love. This is the 1930s right here, folks. This is the 1930s. Wagner Hall. And you would not believe the smell of this place. You know how I like the smell of old buildings and old pianos and look at this. Faculty mail. I mean, they were putting mail in here in the 1930s, for goodness sake. Is that right? All right. Hey, thank you, JC. Thank you, JC. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it, certainly, man. I appreciate it. JC giving me $4.99. He says, gotta run and do my last at-minute shopping. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a cup of Joe on me. Thanks for the entertainment. Thank you, brother. So here is Wagner Hall. Now, of course, it's modern because they put Coke machines and stuff. But it smells like an old school classroom in here. We're going to go upstairs to the second floor where the classrooms are. Those are like offices. Let's go up in this. This is as close as I can ever get to a time machine and feel what it was like to visit the past. Why I have this desire. I don't know. I mean, I kind of know, but I just love it. I mean, look how they painted Department of Classics. I mean, that's like, that would have been painted a long time ago. Let's see. Well, that's the classroom I want to go in, but I don't know. Normally the door's open. Seminar. I mean, look at that. Old school painting. See you, JC. Apparently I can't type. Last minute, that was supposed to read. Yeah, last minute. Oh, last ad minute. Last minute shopping. Thank you, Uncle Rhino. You're the Rhino. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it's open. This is the third time we'll be opening something. Dang it. All right. Well, heck. Ooh, I think I heard a noise in there. I heard, in that room I just tried to get into, I heard like a, it sounded like almost like something being moved around, or like, yeah, no, it's like something inside fell, or a step was taken. Oh my God. I got the chills, man. Yeah, I'm open to the idea of ghosts, man. I don't care. I love it. Like I said, I don't know if I told you guys, I've done the logic route. I've figured out how everything in the world works. You know what I mean? Like I've learned all the physics and all that stuff. I'm gonna accept a little bit more magic back in my life, a little more possibility of, ooh, maybe that was a ghost. Why not? I think we can capture that. Okay, 20 minutes. Even the sounds of everything feels, I know, you're right. It's the smell, the sound of the footsteps and the doors opening, the look, everything about that building. I hope they don't ever modernize it, because they do that. Of course, it makes sense. They'll go into an old building, make it a shell of itself, and modernize the interior. I hope they don't do that to that, but I know they will, because that's what happens to me. Okay, so this is now the business building, the George Kosmetsky Center for Business Education. Another ugly, was it early, mid-70s? Anyway, this is if you want to be a businessman or a woman or whatever you call them these days, this is where you go. Business thing. You want to learn about business, you come here. Now, I do like the smell that these escalators give off. I thank God every day that I can smell still, because my taste buds kind of stopped working back in the 90s. Like, sometimes that happens. Now, I can still tell what things taste like, but a lot of people, they lose their sense of taste and smell. And this happened a lot during the recent unpleasantness when people got sick. And, you know, they would lose their sense of smell and taste. So I am so appreciative every day that I still have the sense of smell, because it's just these little subtle things, like the smell an escalator gives off. That's weird. That's a weird thing to like, but I like it. Okay, oh, check this out. This is really cool. So this is the lobby of the business. Okay, so 1983, that makes sense, yeah. Very 1983 vibe in here with the design, if you've ever been in offices from that era. A lot more plaques. We like to give each other plaques. You gave us a bunch of money, you get a plaque. Now, this thing is really cool. Do you see this thing right here? This is an old stock market. This was on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange in like the early 1900s. It's all made out of wood and like brass, and it has all the old, stock names and prices. And this thing was, it's got these cool little benches, you could sit on. So the New York Stock Exchange, post number 5. So that's what this was. I'm not sure exactly what era, but early 1900s. So imagine all the guys standing around, sell, buy. Hell, this might have been there during the stock market crash, 29, I don't know. Anyway, there's that. Okay, let's head out. Whew, I don't need this raincoat anymore because now I'm sweating. It's just warmish enough. And the hat is also keeping my heat in. Ugh. Oh man, look at that. Hey, Bob's Big Boy much? I'm not even gonna touch it. Not even gonna touch it. That's what a rain soaked. I've had this hat for like I bought this hat in San Antonio in 2010, so going on 13 lucky years with this old girl. I've got a straw version, and then I have a vintage one. The vintage one is great. This is just my beater that I just, get sweaty and dirty and wear out when I need to, Okay, so we got Gregory Gymnasium behind us. Look at that. Texas Fight. And then coming up, so my building is up there, just in that area. Can't see it, but it's up there, promise you. And so yeah, Gregory Gym, and then over here is my old dormitory, Jester West. So after work, I think I mentioned this earlier, I gotta do some minor shopping. Nothing much, thank goodness. So there's not a lot of pressure. The in-laws are coming today. I got to pick them up at the airport. We're going to, like I said, we're going to Elon Musk's favorite Mexican restaurant here in town. There's another ugly, brutalist library right there. Another one. I mean, that one's just got an enormous brick wall with no windows at all on it. I mean, what the heck? I never did like that. I majored in art, studio art, like an idiot. Because I thought it was the only thing I ever knew. It was the only thing I was ever good at. So I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. And I did. I was a graphic designer for a long time. But I got burnt out on that. And so my creative outlet is performance. Musically, doing plays, or this, I guess. This is like a performance. So we're going to go into Jester, another heavy, brutalist brick building. But this is where I stayed. This was my dorm in freshman year in college, 1988. I walk through here all the time. Still smells the same. It's been a very smell-heavy show today, hasn't it? There's a guy working. I don't know if he wants me to come in or not, but I'm going to try. This is the fourth one we're trying. Is it open? He's going to say, what the hell are you doing, man? All right. This is a huge dormitory, named after the old Governor Buford H. Jester. There's a Wendy's in here. My kid's favorite convenience store. They're like, I want to go to college there because there's a convenience store in the dorm. Hey, Brent, I purchased the Supply Single Edge SE. Thanks to your review, I miss all the great Tex-Mex in Texas. Yeah, that I would too if I wasn't here, Brent. Thank you very much for that $10 super chat, Brent. You don't have to do that. You guys don't have to send me money, but I really appreciate it. Please don't, though, anymore. Unless you just are that tight. But yeah, I don't require it, and I don't, but it makes me feel, I feel uncomfortable, but thank you very much. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those things like getting compliments or something. It's like, oh, it's hard to take a compliment and not sound like you're, so that's where I went. I lived in there, go all the way down there to the elevators. This is where I had my first real relationship with a girl. Wow, right in there. Okay, so here's that giant wall with nothing on it. No windows, no light. This is a library this is the undergraduate library. Or no, the Perry Castaneda Library. PCL, as we called it. There are windows on that side, but I don't know, man, that brutalism. Sheesh. What was it about that time in our country that we felt the need for this heavy, governmental feeling, no nonsense, brick squares and rectangles? I don't know. And now it's not that anymore because, I mean, those buildings straight ahead are all glass. Like, it's just glass, like floor to ceiling. Man, things have changed. Isn't that funny? There's my dorm. You can't see my room from here, but you can see it from the other side. Okay, so Caden says, some YouTubers require a payment fee to be a part of their channel. Oh yeah, I know. No, heck no, I'd never do that, Steve. Hey guys, yeah, I'm never gonna do a Patreon. I'm never gonna do a subscriber only thing, that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna make videos until I don't wanna make them anymore, I'm not a YouTuber. I just have a YouTube channel. But we went out and, I was mentioning earlier, we went to that brew pub and we were watching Home Alone with the neighbors down the street, our friends, and they had never heard about my shaving channel because I don't talk about it, unless it comes up naturally. And he is of some Asian descent, so he's His dad was a white guy and married a Korean lady, and so he doesn't have to shave very much. So I was asking him, well, yeah, what do you shave with? And he said, oh, I got this crappy old electric razor, because he doesn't have to shave very often at all. And I said, well, if you ever, and he said, well, why don't you do a video, my neighbor's razors. Oh, look at this. This is called Austin. It's an art piece installation thing. So I might be doing a shave with the neighbor's razor. What do the neighbors shave with? Neighbor razor. We'll see. I said, I've got a lot of razor supplies. So if you want a really good quality thing that you want to try out every now and then, just to get a super, he's probably never had like a really close shave. So I would like him to come over and pick and choose some products. Oh, here we go. If you've ever, you see these things? So this is the Blanton Art Museum right here. There's that Austin thing, my dormitory. We walked from all the way over there. These are the new things they just put up. And there's the Capitol. See the Capitol building over there? Texas State Capitol. That's right. So my building is just up there. So I'm gonna have to sign off because we got, what, 10 minutes? I gotta get up, get in the office, dry off, and all that stuff. How long? Well, we've been going for an hour. Good. Wow, I didn't realize it. So, all right, folks, look at this. What a weird background. These things are interesting. Anyway, so, pardon me. Look for a shaving video tomorrow. I'll be shaving with the new Yates precision manufacturing razor that they sent me. A true mom and pop facility, machine shop in Pennsylvania, where they just machine their very own razors. And they were kind enough they made my signature razor a few years ago, you know, the Sinatra London one, and then they, that company, it was wetshavingclub.com. They went out of business, and so Yates Precision Manufacturing just said, well, we'll just keep making the razor we've all been making. So they sent me one, and it's great. So I'll show that to you tomorrow. So Caden says, not that it's a competition, but do you realize you have the same amount of subscribers? No, I didn't. I haven't checked Ken Surfs in a while. I need to. I haven't. I don't watch shaving videos, in case you didn't know. But I'll have to go check that out. But I love Ken. I would still love to meet Ken Surfs and GeoFatBoy and Mantic59, all those guys. Paul H. and I don't want to meet that Kevy. He's a bit. I think we all know about Kevy, right? And and if I forgot someone, I apologize. But I'm signing off here. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Look for a video tomorrow. Merry Christmas, everyone, on Monday if you celebrate. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for joining me on this. Thanks so much to JC Shaves and to Brent for the super chats. You certainly don't have to, but I really appreciate it, and I will share it. I will use that going towards stocking stuffers for my boys, which I still have to do. We still love getting stocking stuffers. Even I do. You know, we wrap up little trinkets and fun little cheap toys, and you have something. It's like the last vestige of a childhood Christmas, opening up those stockings. All right. So if you want to say goodbye in the chat right now, I'll shout you out, and then we'll sign off, and I'll go to work. Okay. So we got No Frills Shaving, greetings. CDN Car Guy, Merry Christmas. Joseph Prince, Merry Christmas. Caden Christensen, of course. Brent, I know, is out there. And who else is on there? Who else we got? James T, Joseph Prince, Uncle Rhino. Who else we got? Ruben Lejoux, Ruben Lejoux. Bobby Mercer, Tristan 471. Goodbye, Brent, Gary S, down here in Tasmania. God, Tasmania. How am I talking to someone in Tasmania? That's fantastic. I love it. That is really cool. Happy holidays, Mark Stevens down in Thailand. Gary S, CDN Car Guy, James T. I'll see you all tomorrow on the YouTube. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye, everybody. Ho, ho, ho.